Alright, this is just stupid at this point. I made a video before where I was just incoherently ranting, and I apologize for that because that video quality was like really low. So I wanted to remake that same type of video where I could more coherently talk because I'm not focused on fighting the nightmare right now. Since apparently, if there's too many people in the instance, you can't actually join, and like that number seems to be 77 people, I think, unless the inspect thing was wrong. Oh, it's 80. 80 people in the instance is the maximum. So I can't even fight this dead content boss now because there's too many people in the instance. That's very thrilling to hear. That's what I feel like the main problem of the nightmare is. First one is you can't really coordinate your team. Like, say the boss has the swipe attack, right? That hits everything in front of it. You can't coordinate to your tank to say, hey man, can you make the boss face that way so we can just stand back here and not have to worry about the melee attack? And that's caused by the fact that the boss is open to anyone, so right now we're just forced to mass with randoms. Second, the boss's drops are really shitty. We're talking about 10k per kill average for 5-minute kills. Like, people are saying God Wars Dungeon style drops. No, this isn't God Wars style dungeon drops. God Wars Dungeon, Corp Beast, the regular drops, at least they can cover your supplies. This isn't covering shit. Because the boss scales up so much in HP, but it doesn't seem like the drops do. They do per person for the regulars, but not the uniques. So it's just mind-boggling, because if you mass God Wars Dungeon or Corp, you can kill the bosses really fast. You don't use that many supplies. But the bosses here, Nightmare, scales up so much, so you use so much supplies on it, and then you get barely anything back. This is like negative GP per hour. And you're like thinking, well, at least I can get the big ticket unique, right? Well, no, because the drop chances don't seem to scale up either. Like, with how absurdly rare the drops are, it's just insane how bad GP per hour it is. Like, how bad this content is. Because, like, say an item is 1 in 1k, right? If you're, like, doing rage or something, you can do it with like, your friends, and you're, like, gonna split the drop. So if it's 1 in 1k, it's 1 in 1k. And then you split the drop between you guys, and it's, like, cool. But like now, because you have to raid with randoms, not raid, but like do the boss with randoms, it's just super unlikely to ever get anything, because like a 1 in 1k drop becomes a 1 in 80k drop essentially, and it's just like playing the lottery. Like, how do they think this is a good idea? Well, anyways, that's about most of my ranting. I think this world boss idea was cute. I think the God Wars Dungeon style unique stuff, I see where they're going with that. Like, obviously it helps the economy and stuff because it doesn't flood the game with tons of supplies, but at the same time, it's like, at least give us enough supplies to do the boss, right? Like, we're net negative here because this thing scales so highly. It takes so long to kill this shit, but then you get like nothing out of it. Anyways, thank you for listening to my more coherent rant. Sorry about my last video. I'll try to do better in the future.